but he's down and out, and oh, head first straight through the barriers and bales, and he's straight on though. It goes to show you how tough these guys are, and picking his bike up. He wants more. Dear me, Jason Davis then crashes out of Coram and only now realises that his hands had hotted up a bit there as they skidded across the tarmac. So Jason Davis throws away second place, leaving Callum Ramsey way out on his own. Number 60, Callum Ramsey then on the last lap. McGuinness is under pressure now from Lee Jackson. Lee Jackson is right there on the Paget's Honda. Wow, two fast 250s now. The Yamaha leads with Callum Ramsey, but in second place McGuinness with a big swollen right hand that must be giving him some stick. He's being chased by Lee Jackson. Well, we saw Ian Bennett's bike, not really a match for John McGuinness. He's in a straight line, but look at the Paget's bike. Whoa, dear me, out of the slipstream he will come. Number 9, Lee Jackson, straight past John McGuinness. No time to chase Callum Ramsey. McGuinness cuts to the inside line, though, looking for the inside on the brakes. Not this time. Maybe if he hadn't got a swollen hand, he might have had to go back at Lee Jackson. Lee Jackson then through the S's for the last time, in second place. The winner, barring a massive mistake, something similar to Jason Davies, is one. Callum Ramsey will be the winner of this 250cc race. Looks pretty good for Lee Jackson in second place on bike 9. Defending champion number 1, John McGuinness under pressure. If he doesn't end up on the podium, it'll be a disaster for him. Ramsey, though, the Scot, is about to win. Yep, checkered flag is made ready. Lee Jackson will be in second place. Third will be defending champion John McGuinness. And in fourth place, a great ride from the black-clad 34 bike of Ian Bennett. Callum Ramsey confirmed after 20 laps at over 98 miles an hour on a 250cc two-stroke motorcycle as the winner. And he is congratulated by all and sundry. Through goes Gary Haslam on 7. No doubt about it, though, Neil Mackenzie will be very happy that his motorcycle finished first here at Snetterton. Callum Ramsey then on the Neil Mackenzie Yamaha in first place from Lee Jackson, a well-timed second place for him. But John McGuinness finishing on the podium with his injuries, he will be happy with that. Ian Bennett, a great fourth place and only just missing out on the podium. Tom Tunstall 5th, Gary Haslam eventually 6th, Chris Bishop 7th, and Steve Sawford in 8th place.
Well, John, you are in the wars. That hand looks very, very nasty. I should imagine that you're quite happy with third, considering all the pain you're going through.
Yeah, well pleased. I mean, we went out this morning on the 600 and the 250 in the morning warm-up, and it was impossible for me to ride, so Roger Harry withdrew me from the Castrol 600, but I've had it on ice all day, and I've had it rested all day, and I managed to get out there and bring the bike home in the top 3, so absolutely, it's just salvaged a bad weekend, really.
You maintained a very strong lead there, didn't you?
Yeah, I just got +1 on my board and I thought I've broke them. I just wanted to make sure down the back straight there wasn't in my toe. And once I got that brake, that was it. I just wanted to keep it, and it was just concentrate. I expected them to catch me, and my pit board went out to 2.5, and I thought, oh, just don't mess up here and just keep concentrating, and it worked.
Everything going according to plan for Ramsey, and considering he had no bike this year till Mackenzie stepped in, second place, only 2 points adrift of McGuinness, must be very satisfying. Lee Jackson also moves ahead of Jason Davis. The top 3 in the championship line up for the media at Snetterton, while the media line up to make the most of the biggest story of the week. Jim Moody starts from pole position on a V&M Yamaha, creating a real headache for his former team at Honda. The Supersports are next. Not a rider to be seen. They're all packed along the terraces for this week's Supersport battle. Series leader Jim Moody, now in V&M Yamaha colours, walks past his former employers, while his replacement, John McGuinness, talks with beleaguered Castrol Honda team manager Roger Harvey. Well, almost as interesting as the controversy over Walker and Hodgson is, of course, Jim Moody and Honda. Now, Jim, we know you can't talk about any of the details regarding your change of machinery for this year, but now you're on a Yamaha. Enjoying it?
Yeah, I am. I rode it for the first time last week and was very impressed with the bike and the tyres and everything. So far, it's going good.
Well, you are the championship leader. You're sitting on pole as we talk to you at the moment for your rerun out on the Yamaha. How does it compare with the Honda in actual performance?
It's very similar. The Honda was very good, and fortunately I knew what I had to try and find to beat it. And this package is definitely as good, if maybe slightly better. But you know, I think they're all very, very even. You know, the Hondas, the Yamahas, the Ducatis, even Suzuki's and Kawasaki's now, they're all very even in this class. It depends. It just boils down to getting it all set up properly.
Now, this is only a 2-round deal, we're led to believe at the moment. That means we're going to see you for just 2 more races, even though you lead the series at the moment. That must be a bit traumatic as far as you're concerned. What's it going to take to keep you on this bike for the rest of the year?
Well, you know, V&M stepped in at the moment, and they've found the budget. They're desperately keen to run for the rest of the season, and they've found the budget for the next 2 rounds. And you know, I'm just hoping that we can have some success and maybe get a bit of interest from some potential sponsor and pick us up and run the thing for the rest of the season.
I've got to say that it comes cheap, really. You lead the championship. Someone can actually buy the championship halfway through the season. That's a very unusual scenario, Jim.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before, but you know, hopefully somebody will see the advantages and pick up on it.
Trust you to come up with something like that.
Yeah.
Well, John, congratulations on getting the 600 ride. Contrary to popular belief, it's not James Toseland. You must be real chuffed.
Yeah, delighted. You know, I've got to keep my options open for the future. Really, you know, I feel like on my 250, I've done everything I really can with it. You know, I've won TTs, I've won everywhere I've ever been on it. You know, we're current British champion and we're leading the championship. So I think after the TT, it was encouraging when my first time really riding 4 strokes. I rode the Superbike there. I think Roger Harvey from Honda gave us a whirl on it last Friday, and we impressed last Friday in a test session, and so they gave me a chance.
Impressive qualifying on the Supersports machine, but the slip-up riding the 250 as many must save himself for the 250cc title defence. Snetterton spectators have been cheated of a dark horse challenge for Supersports honours. John, a bit of a development here. It looks like, well, your team boss calls you fat boy, but you've got a fat right hand now.
Yeah, I'm really, really disappointed because first time in a 600, and you know, we're progressing quite well on the front row. And throughout qualifying, I never had a problem with 600 at all. And then I went and got a little bit giddy on my 250 and high side coming out of Russell chicane and gave my hand a bit of a whack. So possibility I might not see me out there today.
So how bad is it? Anything broken?
I went to see the medics there, and they said they don't think anything's broken, but it's just bashed around a bit, and my ankle's quite bashed around as well, so I find it difficult to coordinate my right wrist and my left. You know, the 2 most important keys, your throttle hand and your brake hand and your gear change foot, so they're both whacked around, so that could be it.
Moody, Dean Thomas and Kirk McCarthy are the top 3. McGuinness has been withdrawn, so that will move Glenn Richards, Stuart Wickens, Scott Smart and Chris Vermeulen all up 1 place, which puts Richards on the front row of the grid. Row 3, Rob Frost will go up onto row 2, so Burgess, Mason, Whitby and Morley will make row 3. Beaumont, Med and Jones are on row 4.
Well, we have an amended grid here for the Supersports today. Glenn Richards takes the place of an injured John McGuinness. He's out with a very badly bruised hand, so he's concentrating on his 250 championship bid. Now, we've been calling this the Australian Championship so far. Looking at the front row, easy to see why. We've got Glenn Richards, obviously Kirk McCarthy. We've got a very quick Dean Thomas, only 0.3 of a second off Jim Moody, but probably the guy with the biggest smile in the pits yesterday was the guy who's taken his championship points and his championship lead over to V&M for Yamaha. Jim, can we get a quick word with you, Jim? A bit of a point to prove here today.
Well, I'm just going to try my best as usual, and hopefully I'll be there at the end.
Absolutely. He's flying the flag for Britain today, and this championship is really hotting up.
Jim Moody with a massive point to prove then, on pole position for the V&M Yamaha. Red line on. And green, Jim Moody, bike 21 to the right of your screen. Dean Thomas alongside him on bike number 6. But it's Kirk McCarthy, second man in the championship, who blasts number 16, the Castrol Honda, formerly Jim Moody's teammate, leads at the first corner, Rich's corner, over our curve cap, on towards Sears corner. McCarthy from Dino. Oh, and into 3rd place. Just take a look at this. Well, Jim Moody moves into 3rd place on bike 21. Jack Valentine's going to be happy to see the R6 Yamaha there, but it's McCarthy that leads on the Castrol Honda Britain bike. Looking alongside him, who's it going to be? Dino pulls out the slipstream. Moody's up the inside. Jim Moody goes to the front. Wow, big crash there. Yellow flags being waved at the back. Big crash out the S's. So who's it going to be that's gone out? It's Jim Moody that leads at the bomb hole. Uh-oh. Oh, he's not happy. He's definitely not happy.